Want to know the latest and hottest music hitting the airwaves? Don't be left out. Listen to the Golden State Media Concepts Music Podcast. Keith keeps you on the loop with everything you need to know from pop, rock, hip-hop, and the top 40. And we'll throw in news of your favorite artists, concert and tour dates, and so much more. Listen no further, because this is the gold standard in music podcast.
Hello and welcome to the GSMC Music Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Podcast Network. I am not Keith. I am Sarah, and I am one of the hosts here at the GSMC Podcast Network, filling in tonight because Keith was unable to make it this week, which we are very sad about. We will miss him, but we're looking forward to him being back next week with more musical reviews. For this episode, I thought I would replay some of the clips from some of the segments from some of Keith's previous shows. And as you see from the title, I'm going with an E theme. I like alliteration, so we're going with Elton John, En Vogue, Electric Six. Seems eclectic. I'm going with E's. I hope you enjoy these segments from Keith, and let's get to it with his first review.
Starting off, folks, we're going to begin with a new pop album. It's a tribute to Elton John and Bernie Taupin. It's called Revamp. So, and this record has it's been just been recently released, brand new. Has a great all-star lineup of musicians from multi-genres, which include Pink, Logic, Coldplay, Mary J. Blige, Queens of the Stone Age, Q-Tip, Demi Lovato, and The Killers, with many more. Florence and the Machine, Ed Sheeran, a lot of people on here, just to name a few. The compilation starts off with Elton John with Pink and Logic performing the 2018 version of Benny and the Jets. The new version of the song has a fat bass line that grinds and pops. Pink slides in with smooth vocals that complement the grinding bass. The guitars sharply fade in and out during the chorus. She paves the way for Logic to rhyme. This new version of Benny and the Jets it's a great way to jump off the record. Yeah, I liked it a lot. It was cool. I was pleasantly surprised when I listened to it. So, yeah, I was feeling that. Coldplay's version of We All Fall in Love. Well, we all fall in love sometimes. Well, so yeah, I do like Coldplay. I do. I like them a lot. So let me first start off by saying that, especially like their first few records, first 3 or 4 records, I like a lot. So, but We All Fall in Love sometimes it just sounds like a boring Coldplay song, it didn't sound like a great tribute to Elton John to me. I was bored with the song when I heard it. So, yeah, it's just too mellow for me. It shouldn't have been on right after Benny and the Jets. You don't go from a really upbeat, cool dance tempo song to a song that's just mellow that, make you want to go to sleep. Perhaps I would have enjoyed the song more if it would have came on later in the album, but I didn't care for it. So I just wanted to mention that. But now, Grammy Award-winning Best New Artist for 2018, Alicia Cara, who beat out SZA this year, she kills it on her version of I Guess That's Why They Call It the Blues. Very soulful voice that actually sounds older than what she is. There's a Wurlitzer sound that musically sets the tone for the song with the lead guitar that plays in a distant background. It was very nice. I was just like, oh, so that's the best new artist. Okay, all right. I hear you. I see you. Alicia Cara, if I'm saying her name right. So, yeah, liked her version a lot. Candle in the Wind by Ed Sheeran was just uneventful. The version just sounds okay. Nothing really strikes me. nothing about his version of the song struck out at me when I hear it. So here's the thing. If you're going to cover someone's song, you got to make sure that it's great. And of course that's relative. Sure. We all think, oh, well, I think this version is great, and, even if it might stink. So, of course that's going to be a matter of opinion, but it's like when I hear a cover, when someone does a cover, there's a fine line, a balance between, knowing who the artist is that's singing the cover and knowing the song that they're covering and watching those two meet and intertwine perfectly, where you're like, oh, that's his or her take on it, and it's great. If you gotta be careful that it doesn't sound too much like the artist, and not. If I hear a cover song and I don't know it's a cover, and it just sounds like the artist that's doing the song, that could go either way. That could mean it was great, or it could mean it was just humdrum and mediocre. So that's like a double-edged sword. But yeah, I didn't care for his version of Candle in the Wind. Tiny Dancer by Florence and the Machine. Seeing her records in the store, always wondered what she sounded like. I always thought her name was cool for her group. The song starts off with piano and strings that really complement Florence's voice. The song slowly picks up with a steady bass and orchestra in the background. The new arrangement is refreshingly, as I put it, organic in sound. I enjoyed it. So it was my first real exposure to her. So now I'm more prone to check out her music, because I really liked her Tiny Dancer. It was cool. Yeah. Florence and the Machine, they came with it on that. So, like I said, the thing for me in regards to this tribute compilation album that highlights Elton John's music and Bernie Taupin's lyrics is this. Well, I already spoke on it. The reinterpretation. You don't want to sound, like I said, you just have to have a good balance. Yeah. So I don't want to be. You have to have a good balance. That's the best way I could say it. You want to be who you are as an artist, but you want to blend and twist the other artists that you're saluting into, your musical energy in a real perfect way that elevates you as a musician and them as the artist that you're saluting. So if that makes any sense. Now, a pleasant surprise for me that I really enjoyed, and I didn't see this collaboration happening, but I'm glad that it did, and I have to go back and watch their video. Q-Tip from A Tribe Called Quest and Demi Lovato. They do a great reinterpretation of Don't Go Breaking My Heart. This version has a bounce to it with a heavy and muddy bass line that will have you on the dance floor, definitely. This version is a great blend of old school and new school, with Q-Tip surprisingly singing and not rhyming next to Demi Lovato. They sound great together. I really enjoyed their version. And Miss Lovato, she can sing. She's got a great voice. Yeah. I might have to check her out in concert. Yeah, I really enjoyed that version. It was really nice. And yeah, so I'm going to look into her new album. Check that out. You may be seeing that on the show real soon. Brandon Flowers from The Killers. So The Killers he disturbingly sounds like Elton John on their version of Mona Lisa's and Mad Hatters. It was kind of eerie. The production is slow-paced and atmospheric. The Killers did a great job with that song. I enjoyed it. I did. It was really cool. It was just weird when I heard him. I was like, whoa. And to me, that was like, it was The Killers, but it was them with doing Elton John. And it just, that was a nice blend. Miley Cyrus. So she does Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me. And, it was good. When I saw her name on the track list, I wasn't sure what it was going to sound like. So it was good. It was earthy and very airy version of it. I mean, she gave a lot of room and it breathes. I liked her version. It was nice. Yeah, it was really cool. Lady Gaga does a great version of Your Song with piano and harp and additional strings for the production. She did a good job. She killed it too. It was cool. So let me tell you, let me tell you something. That's a sample. I don't know from where, but I just remember hearing that. Sam Smith is on here doing Daniel. It didn't really do anything for me. Mumford & Sons is also on the album. They do Someone Saved My Life Tonight, and that it just didn't do anything for me. It just didn't. Mary J. Blige, Sorry seems to be the hardest word. It sounded like a Mary J. Blige song, but not one that I liked. So the balance wasn't there. I mean, it was, I wasn't feeling it. It sounded too much like Mary and not enough like Mary and Elton together. Like this was a cover. It sounded like a Mary J. Blige song to me that wasn't as good as her other stuff. But hey, that's just my opinion on it though. So, I mean, maybe I'll have to check it out and listen to it again. But I mean, and I'm going to, I've enjoyed the record. And I will spend more time on it, but I couldn't wait to get this to everyone because, I mean, it's a nice tribute to Mr. Elton John and Bernie Taupin. It's cool. People want to smell the flowers while they're still here. So I can dig that. A pleasant surprise for me was at the end, when Queens of the Stone Age, that's right, folks, stoner rock heroes, Queens of the Stone Age, they come on with their rendition of Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. Josh Homme and the band are truly in their element. Their version is very similar to Elton John's version, but with that classic stoner rock vocal that Josh Homme is known for, which is just kind of hypnotic and dizzy at the same time and weird. It was cool. I was not expecting to see them on the album. I will say this though, for whomever put this record together, shout out and props and kudos to you because the lineup is very diverse and cool. And this is how it should be when you're saluting an artist. Because people need to know, I mean, so the one thing that this whole album shows, Revamp, is that music is universal and that you never know who is going to be touched by who, by what you do. So, I mean, we've got alternative rock, pop, indie rock, R&B with Mary J. Blige. I mean, she's the queen of hip hop soul. So, Miley Cyrus, who, flirts with pop and country, and then Lady Gaga, who's just, I don't even know how you describe her, pop, alternative indie. I don't even know how you describe Lady Gaga, but I mean, which is good because I like the fact that I don't know how to describe what she does. There's not too many artists that baffle me in that regard. So if you can do that, then you've done something. And Queens of the Stone Age, I mean, how do you go? Oh yeah, I'm sorry, Pink and Logic. So Pink, with the great pop vocals and great pop music from her, Logic, this hip hop cat on the move, on the rise. So yeah, I mean, it's a nice lineup. So I will say that, I like the diversity of the lineup. So on a scale out of, from 1 to 10, with 10 being the best, 1 being the worst, this album gets an 8 out of 10. I like the record. It's a good record. If you like Elton John, you should pick it up. If you want to hear Elton John with a twist, him and Bernie Taupin, you should pick it up. It's really cool. Nice, cool picture of him when he was younger. Revamp, with his face to the side. It's like a neon picture with him wearing a baseball cap and his classic glasses. They look like goggles, kind of. And it's a cool picture. And it says Revamp underneath him. So yeah. My favorite tracks on this record are Benny and the Jets, once again, and that features Elton John, Pink, and Logic. Guess that's why they call it the blues. That's Alicia Cara, killing it. Tiny Dancer, Florence and the Machine, killing it. Don't Go Breaking My Heart, yes. Q-Tip featuring Demi Lovato, yes. Mona Lisa's and Mad Hatters, that's the Killers, killing it, pun intended, yes. Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me, and Miss Miley Cyrus, yeah. And Your Song from Lady Gaga, loved it. And of course, Queens of the Stone Age with Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. That was nice. So yeah, 8 out of 10 folks, get that record. Elton John, Bernie Taupin, Revamp, a musical tribute. And we'll be back with more reviews after this break.
The average sedan is built with a steel frame and equipped with 6 airbags. Remember this the next time you see someone walking. Drivers, be aware. Pedestrians don't have armor. A message from the California Office of Traffic Safety. The average SUV has 2 blind spots, weighs between 4,000 and 6,000 pounds, and takes about 6 seconds to stop. Remember this the next time you're on foot. Pay attention, people. Pedestrians don't have armor. A message from the California Office of Traffic Safety.
Welcome back to the GSMC Music Podcast. Before the break, Keith reviewed a tribute album, an Elton John tribute album, and now he is moving on to En Vogue's new album. I used to love En Vogue, and I was so excited to hear that they had a new album. Haven't yet listened to it, but I'm slow. So let's listen to what Keith has to say.
En Vogue, Electric Cafe. This is their 7th studio album. By the all-female American R&B group. It was released worldwide last month, April 6th. It's their first studio album in 14 years. It marks their first full-length release through E1 Music and En Vogue Records. So the trio worked with Raphael Sadiq, Neo, Dim Joints, Curtis Sauce Wilson, as well as regular contributors Foster and McElroy on most of this album. So Electric Cafe, their new album, had a worldwide physical and digital release on iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, and Spotify. So those are different places where you can find the record. So I actually I did purchase my physical copy for this review. So let's give you a little bit of history about En Vogue before we get into this review. In 2003, singer and actress Rona Bennett joined the 2 remaining members of En Vogue, Terry Ellis and Sydney Herron, following the departure of original members Dawn Robinson and Maxine Jones. Yes, folks, En Vogue used to be a quartet instead of a trio. As well as temporary replacement Amanda Cole, along with Bennett. They recorded their 6th studio album called Soulflower, which was released through an independent label called 33rd Street Records, Bayside Entertainment. Bayside Entertainment and Herron and Ellis Funk Girl Records in 2004. In mid-2004, Jones and Robinson rejoined En Vogue with Bennett, withdrawing from the group. Okay. While the original quartet performed several spot dates in North America and the release of new music through Los Angeles-based Move Makers Entertainment and Funky Girl was announced, Robinson soon chose to defect from En Vogue once again after failing to agree on business terms. So she left, and then eventually Maxine Jones left too, as well. And Rona Bennett rejoined the group, and now they're back to a trio, and they're keeping that train going, that boat sailing. So Electric Cafe, nice picture of the 3 ladies, Terry Ellis, Cindy Herron, with Rona Bennett on the front. They look great. En Vogue's been around for over 20 years now. It's kind of over 20 years. So it's good to see they're still out here making some music. So the first track on this album is called Blue Skies. It opens up with a small to a big fade in musically, and then a steady bass drum beat and single piano chords. I mean, the bass drum beat anchors the song. The song has atmospherics in its production that give it a spacey soul kind of vibe to it. The song is about weathering personal storms in your life, and once you get past them, there's nothing like blue skies left that signify you made it on the other side and that everything is better. So, I like that. Deja Vu, the next track, starts off with a simple drum beat, piano chords, and a vibraphone or xylophone in the background. The song is smooth with a jazzy pop feel to it, its delivery. The low end bass towards the end polishes off the song with the jazz piano rhythms. The song is about the ladies running into an attractive gentleman somewhere, and when he walks by them, they're attracted to him instantly and they can't figure out why they're pulled to him. Is it deja vu? Have they seen him before? The more the ladies look at him casually, they feel a stronger pull to him. The euphoric feel En Vogue has when they see this man may be too good to be true. Is he real or is he just a dream? You know, is it deja vu? It's a catchy song. I like it. It's cool. It's really cool. Rocket, that's another song, there's also a video for the song as well. It's a slow paced song with a low synth bass that starts off with all three ladies harmonizing for the intro. The drums have a tick-tock clock feel to their pace. This song is written by Neo, actually. It's about the ladies being in love and having that man make them feel like they can reach the stars because they feel higher than they've ever been. It's a very positive song about romance. So, yeah, I was digging that song. Reach For Me is En Vogue's club track that will definitely get you on the dance floor. I mean, more low-end synth bass with the drum track that claps in the pocket. The synth bass line drives the song. The harmony's killing the song. This song is about the ladies, no matter how far they go, just reach for me and I'll be there by your side. Just keep calling. Don't give up on me. So this is about, hey, I know I make it hard on you sometimes, but, hey, I love you and, don't give up on me. Just reach out for me. I'll be here. So, just when you think it's a lost cause, just know it's not. So that's what I get from that song when I hear it. So, yeah. So here's some of the lyrics. No matter how far it seems I've gone, reach for me, baby, baby. And if you want me, let me see those open arms. Reach for me, baby. They say baby again, of course. I'm not far away. I'll tell you when I'm ready, we can head for the moon. So if you're really the one, then you reach no matter what. I'm not far away. You ain't got to wait long. I'll be there before you know it. I'm not far away. So there it is. Okay, that's cool. In other words, like I said, I know I put you through it, but if you hang on a little bit longer, it'll be worth it. I can dig that. So, the title track, Electric Cafe. So now, before I talk about this song, one of the first things that I noticed about this record when I purchased it was this record title, Electric Cafe. That's also a famous record name for a Kraftwerk album called Electric Cafe. So it was just interesting how both artists have used this name. So I was like, oh, are they covering the Kraftwerk song or what are they going to do? So there was more than one reason why I had to pick up this record and review it. First and foremost, folks, En Vogue, whether they're a 4-piece or a trio, each lady has an amazing vocal voice. Their harmonies are above par. They are just extraordinary. They're amazing. It's nice to see, another R&B group or R&B pop group, R&B female group, whatever, with great harmonies. I don't hear enough of that anymore in today's soul and R&B. I don't hear enough of that more in today's music, keeping it real. So, yeah. But, okay, enough about that. So the title track, Electric Cafe, it's a futuristic it's a futuristic rock pop song that has the ladies singing with the bullhorn effect on their voices. The song does have an 80s new wave pop feel to it. The bass line stands out and drives the song with the computer beeping sound effects. I mean, the song sounds nothing like Kraftwerk's song or album with the same name, but there's definitely an influence from them that permeates through the song, and it's in a good way. So, yeah, it was, their song was still cool. It had that kind of electro kooky computer vibe. So yeah, like I said, I feel like they were influenced by Kraftwerk in that sense. So it's all good. Have a Seat. This is a song featuring Snoop Dogg. Now, when I was listening to the record, and every time I heard the album again, I was always still surprised. I'm like, Snoop Dogg's on this record? But it was a nice surprise. So, this song has a modern day Motown feel to the production. It starts off with a rhythm guitar that sounds distant and behind the drums and tambourine. And another guitar is playing at a simple plucking style, which adds to the mix. The song is about a relationship being over. The ladies state that, one of these days you're going to see me, but I've been right here all this time. You're going to reach out to me, but I won't be there by your side. You're going to wish you could drink me thirsty like the desert drowned. Yeah, but I won't know how you're feeling because I won't be anywhere around and you'll never forget. Ooh, all this good loving I gave to you that you'll never forget. How all you ever did was lie, baby. I want the truth. You'll never forget. Those times you said I would be nothing. You'll never forget. But look at me. Ain't it something? You know you want it, but you can't have nothing but a seat. You want this good, but you can't have nothing but a seat. Sit down and watch the show. Yeah, that's what Have a Seat's about. It's kind of funny. I've heard of, ladies telling people off or someone telling you off. I've even been told off before, in my life, of course, but I've never been told have a seat unless it's by a teacher. So I like how they took that term and gave it a whole different meaning. Like, you're done. Have a seat. You're out of here. Bam. Snoop Dogg's verse. I like his verse in here. It was real cool. Man to woman, woman to man. No need to sit. I'm taking a stand. Baby, come close. Let me hold your hand. I love En Vogue. I'm your biggest fan. What he put you through, see, I can upgrade you. That's what you want me to do? And he had the nerve. Point blank, Miss Lady, you deserve to be treated like a queen. I'm a king and I know how. All hell, that's how it goes down. His loss, my game. Now you, my thing. Here we go there. We go to a place just to have a little space. Not here to take up your time. I'll be right here when you make up your mind. And that's why he's Snoop Dogg. Just killing it. Yeah, it's a great song. I look forward to them making a video for that song. I definitely encourage them to. Yeah. I'm Good. So remember how we talked about earlier in the podcast that Raphael Sadiq was a producer on this record. Raphael Sadiq has also worked with Don Robinson when he had the side project that was brief, Lucy Pearl. It was funny. I was listening to the song and I guess I just know his production when I hear it now, which is good. So, and when I heard I'm Good, I'm like, Raphael wrote this. And I checked the credits and he did. I could just tell by the lyrics and the styling and the production. So I'm Good is a slow down groove. The bass comes in and out sporadically with sparse drums and percussion with keys. Like I said, and once again, for those of you who don't know, Raphael Sadiq is formerly of Tony fame. So he wrote this song and produced it along with Tara Stinson, if I'm saying her name right, Taura, Tara Stinson. The song, is about how the ladies love who they are and how they don't need anyone's validation about themselves, and especially on how they look as women. I think that's important. This song is a great song about maintaining a happy and healthy self-esteem. En Vogue's harmonies are still flawless, whether they're a trio or a quartet. So once again, all of this is great. I like the song a lot. The lyrics, I'm good, feeling myself, and I'm flirting with my reflection. I'm good, loving every inch of my perfect imperfections. I'm good, my curves, my hair, my skin. I'm queening up in here. I'm so good, I'm good. I don't need nobody's validation. I'm good, bad as they come, and I ain't got time for wasting. I'm good, my heart, my mind, my soul. I'm shining just like gold. I'm so good, so good. It's funny when I say these lyrics versus how I interpret them and versus how they're sung. It's like that could be a comedy in itself, but it's all cool. Let's toast to the good life and to me and you finally getting it right. We've been through hell, but it feels like heaven tonight. The only cloud up in here is raining good vibes. So that's one of my favorite songs. I like that song a lot. So Serious. Yeah, this is my other favorite song. Oh yeah. Starts off with computer sounds that echo and a simple drum beat and an organ in the background. The organ navigates the song as if En Vogue is giving a church sermon. The opening verse is, "This is a man's world, so they say." I love that. And then she just starts to sing. Why are you trying to break down walls without me? Why are you trying to move at all without me? Don't you know you won't get very far without me? You know you never rule the world without me. Indeed. So serious, we got this. So serious, we got this. How you going to bring new life without me? And the world just can't survive without me. Together we can win, but you shouldn't move without me. You sure you want to make that move without me? Indeed. So serious, we got this. So serious, we don't quit. I like these lyrics a lot. It's a great song. Why are you trying to fight this war without me? You know, you can't stand this tall without me. Now, don't you know you just can't fight them all without me? The benefit to rise or fall without me. Indeed, so serious. We got this. So serious. We don't quit. I mean, this song ends the record, and it's a very powerful song. I mean, En Vogue lets you know that it's not a man's world. It's a world that doesn't work well if man and woman are not together side by side. This world doesn't work without women, period. En Vogue shed some necessary light on that for those who were doubting it. This is my favorite song on the record. It snuck up on me. When I heard the lyrics, I was like, oh, yeah, right on. So, yeah, very cool. Electric Cafe from En Vogue is a pleasant surprise. I mean, it moves in all the right places. On a scale from 1 to 10, with 10 being the best and 1 being the worst rating, I give this album a 9. My favorite tracks are Blue Skies, Deja Vu, Rocket, Reach For Me, Electric Cafe, Life, Oceans Deep, Have a Seat featuring Snoop Dogg, I'm Good, and So Serious. Yeah, it's an excellent record. And once again, like I was saying too, this is a group that has great vocal range and great harmonies, and we just need more good harmonies in music, in soul music, and in music in general. Yeah, I said it, meant it. There you go.
That is Keith's review of En Vogue's new album, Electric Cafe. And we will be taking our second break of the podcast. When we come back, we'll have the final E-related review, and that is Electric 6. From Electric Cafe to Electric 6. I didn't even plan that, but hey, alliteration. I love it. So you're listening to the GSMC Music Podcast, and we'll be right back.
The average sedan is built with a steel frame and equipped with 6 airbags. Remember this the next time you see someone walking. Drivers, be aware. Pedestrians don't have armor. A message from the California Office of Traffic Safety.
Welcome back to the GSMC Music Podcast and this E-related episode. Episode also starts with E. I know, I've turned this into an episode of Sesame Street now, haven't I? I'll stop. I'll let you get back to Keith. Here you go.
Electric 6 with How Dare You. This is Electric 6's 16th album. Pretty impressive, right? This rock and roll band has a unique sound and blend to them. They infuse elements of disco, garage rock, punk rock, and new wave to their sound. Dick Valentine is their charismatic frontman. We'll talk more about him later. Yeah, let's get into this record. So, yeah, this rock band is definitely in their own league. So the first track is called Chicken Wine, the production is raucous and punchy. The song is about Dick Valentine's obsession with chicken wine. I mean, his brother gets destroyed by urban crime, apparently. His girlfriend goes crazy. And through that all, he clings onto his chicken wine. You know, that's the only thing that matters to him. You know, fermented beverages. Yes, people. I mean, he sings about this. I mean, but when he does, you're just like, okay, you're there with them. You know, I had a brother, got destroyed by urban crime. I had a lover, she go crazy every time. And through it all, we was drinking a box of chicken wine. Now, I've never heard of chicken wine, but I'm going to look into that now. Chicken wine. In seconds, the police arrest you. They need secretion to digest you. And they do just fine drinking a bottle of chicken wine. Can't stop talking about fermented beverages. Put your mouth all over my fermented beverages. Hey, baby, drinks on me. Look at what chicken wine has done for me. Yeah. And then when he says solo, that's that's time for the guitarist to do the solo. So, you know, he's kind of known for that. I was undercover for the CIA. I got blown up in my own cruel way. I can't describe about what I feel today because I live in a motel drinking chicken wine. I have no love because of chicken wine. Can't stop talking about fermented beverages. Put your mouth all over my fermented beverages. Hey, baby, drinks on me. Look at what chicken wine has done for me. Yeah. Beverages. Yes. That's just the first song. Arrive Alive. Like this song a lot. This song has a disco rock feel to it. I got to be honest with you. I really don't know exactly what this song's about. I just know that I like it. What I can grasp is that Dick Valentine wants to get wild and crazy with the lady. Party like crazy, but not too crazy because he wants to arrive alive with her. So, and here's some of the lyrics from that. Yelling at the world as he leaves us all behind. Looking for a girl who still says, be kind, rewind. Traveling at speeds, maternity exceeds. Rolling through time and space like tumbleweeds. I wanted to wave the white flag and join the hive and arrive alive with you. I wanted to stuff the white bag with human lies and get out alive and cut through. I wanted to sing for my supper down every upper and slide from room to room. Yeah. But it's funky when you hear it. It's nice. It's a nice song. I mean, I've never seen or heard another band that could do like garage rock, punk rock, and disco seamlessly. Maybe in the same song or in the next song, but all done just perfectly. I kid you not. The Hotel Mary Chain. It's a mellow and dark song about Dick Valentine losing his mind and checking into the Hotel Mary Chain. Will he defeat his mental demons or succumb to them while staying in the hotel? Right? As one of 8 billion people with an axe to grind, it's all I can do to let myself unwind. Postcards to the torture town I left so far behind. Please don't ever leave me alone with my mind. Somewhere amongst our chanting to cure disease. And when it all comes together, it's a spiritual tease of the highest degree. What am I walking into? Excuse me, let me rephrase that. What am I walking into? A pit of money or a pit of despair? What room am I checking into at the Hotel Mary Chain? I'll see you there. Ready or not, here I come. One foot in front of the other. Chewing acid gum. That would hurt, actually. I don't know what's happening. Could this be foreshadowing? The lights, they drive me crazy. Changes happen subtly. Settling in now for your 3rd degree. I'm in the market for some more money. I'm the lone sane man in the asylum. I deal in souls. Got lots of space to file them. I chant nonsense, holding serpents and vipers while driving through while driving through a crap storm with faulty wipers. This heat is real. We're either gonna die or lose a lot of weight. This heat we feel. We're either gonna die or lose a lot of weight. This heat is real. What's up with that? So you're gonna die or so. Dying and losing a lot of, or losing a lot of weight. I'm trying to figure out the correlation between the two. This heat we feel. This heat is real. This heat we feel. Why am I checking in here? Cause I accumulated points and got a deal. So why do I have to stay here at the Hotel Mary Chain? Nothing is real. Nothing is real. Why do I waste away here? Because my heart and soul stopped working long ago. So why do I face the fear at the Hotel Mary Chain? It's all I know. It's all I know. I mean, no one writes songs like this. But I'm hooked. I like it. It's just entertaining. It's funny. It's interesting. So now, okay. This is probably this is my favorite song on the record. I'm not gonna, just have to confess it. Okay, it is. It's Sex with Somebody. That's what the song's called. And I like it because it's just funny. So, it's a cool disco funk pop tune by the band. It's like a really bad R&B song from the 80s, but it so works. It's funny and catchy. This song is a guilty pleasure had by all. Don't believe me? Just listen to it. You'll see what I mean. Intro. Ow, watch out, watch out. Ah, I have a decal of my face on my yacht, but tonight a lump of coal is all my heart's got. I got a line of credit. It's an unlimited line, but I'm still waiting for somebody that I can call mine. And I repent like a sinner, covered in flies. And I declare myself the winner as I drown in my own lies. All my friends, they all know my name as they watch me crumble under all the pressures of fame. Before I drive up in the white hot spotlight, I need just one thing tonight. I want to have sex with somebody. Anybody who will have sex with me, I want to have a good time on you. I know that it don't come for free. Sex with somebody. Oh, watch out, watch out. Rich guys in the movies always seem to buy love, but in the real world, we prefer to use formaldehyde gloves. I can't escape it. This feeling in my bones. Anyone will do. I'm dialing every number in my phone. A predatory aura emanating from me. I just need somebody, anybody to see. I'll leave a trail of money for my angel to find. Hey, I'm standing right here. Has everybody gone blind? Before I own up to everything I've done, I'm just looking to have a little fun. I want to have sex with somebody. Anybody who will have sex with me. I want to have a good time on you. And I know that it don't come for free. Sex with somebody. I want to have sex with somebody. Woo! Anybody who has sex with me. Anybody who has sex with me. I want to have a good time on you. Good time on you. And I know that it don't come for free. Sex with somebody. It's just, I love it. It's just so wrong and right at the same time. I like that song. It's just corny and it's just fun. I saw Electric Six. I've seen them a few times. I saw them recently this year. They put on a great show. As you know, 6 people, and it's just a great rock and roll band. Dick Valentine comes out in this suit, and he's got this whole evil game show host vibe. I mean, if there was an evil game show host, it would be Dick Valentine, and you would just and you can't stop looking at him and hearing what he's doing. I mean, it's just, he almost seems like he, like this rock and roll spirit possesses his soul, and it's just amazing to see when you watch this guy. So, I mean, as I said before, he reminds me of like an evil game show host, and maybe even an evil weatherman as well. And, it's just, he keeps you mesmerized because you just can't believe that he would say and sing the things that he does, that he sings about. You're just like, did he really just say that? And then, I mean, and it's just great to see. I mean, the band is fun. They have a good time. They play with the crowd. When he came out, he even jumped on the floor and he was dancing with people. He was singing some of the songs, and it's just, it's so serious and not. And, and that's what I like about rock and roll. When it can be that, when it can be serious and then not take itself too seriously. And he managed to. Electric Six does that very well. They're fun. If you want to have a good time, I definitely encourage you to go see them live. So there are like maybe 3 or 4 bands, well, off the top of my head, that when you see them live, you would be a fan if you weren't before. So for me, that's Fishbone. That is the Deers, Blur, and I'm going to say Electric Six. Yeah, once you see them live, you're there. And Iron Maiden. You see those groups, you will be a fan after watching them. If you weren't a fan before, and there's so many other groups, but I don't have all that time. But there's other groups, so I got love for all of y'all. I love all kinds of music. But yeah, I have to say that you see the Electric Six, you will be converted. You will be a fan. So yeah, I like this record. I like it a lot. It's a lot of fun. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give this album a 7. My favorite tracks are Chicken Wine, Arrive Alive, The Hotel Mary Chain, Sex with Somebody, How Dare You, Hatchet Man, Night Waves, Routine Cocooning. I mean, listen to these titles. A Quiet Man. I mean, yeah, they're fun. So once again, folks, you've been listening to Golden State Media Concepts Music Podcast. This is Captain Keith. Thank you so much, people of Earth and of the known universe, for listening. I hope you had a good time. I know I did. And I'll see you somewhere out in space.
Hey, guess what? I said that last break was our last break of the podcast, but I really meant our second break of the podcast because we have one more segment left, which I forgot to announce. I'm having a crazy night here, people. I forgot that it was not the last break. I forgot to announce that there are really 4 segments, so 4 reviews. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is why Keith does the music podcast, and I just fill in occasionally because, woo! Anyway, we are going to take that third and final break of the podcast, and we'll come back with one more review. Stay tuned. You're listening to the GSMC Music Podcast, and we will be right back.
The average SUV has 2 blind spots, weighs between 4,000 and 6,000 pounds, and takes about 6 seconds to stop. Remember this the next time you're on foot. Pay attention, people. Pedestrians don't have armor. A message from the California Office of Traffic Safety.
Welcome back to the GSMC Music Podcast, and one more artist, and we'll be talking about, I say we, I really mean Keith. Keith will be talking about Eminem's new album, so let's get to that segment.
Coming from the east side of Detroit, Marshall Bruce Mathers, the second or third, a.k.a. Eminem, new album, Kamikaze. The cover art is very reminiscent of the Beastie Boys' License to Ill airplane, except for this plane has different markings on it. It says FU-2. And then Tixie U5, Kamikaze up top, and then 3 cards of spades on it as well. But this is Eminem's 10th studio album. The first track on here is called The Ringer. It starts off with the plane crash. Synthesizer with the number 3 sound effect on it. That's actually a sound effect. That's how it's listed on the synthesizer. I kid you not. I had to look this up. So the rest of the production is trap drums / percussion without the bass. The synthesizer and trap drums percussion navigate the song. The synthesizer rhythms played are somber yet magnetic. The second half of the song changes melody and starts to speed up in regards to the synthesizer. This song is about the state of hip-hop in 2018. He also speaks on mumble rap and his frustration with music critics in regards to his previous works. Let's wrap it up in a nutshell. Yeah. And so here's the lyrics on this song. There's going to be some censoring going on in here. Plane crash, of course. Yeah. Illa, I'm just going to write down my first thoughts, see where this takes me, because I feel like I want to punch the world in the freaking face right now. Yeah. First verse. Let me explain just how to make greatness. Straight out the gate, I'm about to break it down. Ain't no mistakes allowed, but make no mistake, I'm about to rape the alphabet. I may raise some brows. If I press the issue just to get the anger out, brr. Full magazine could take staples out. Savage, but ain't thinking. But no bank account. But which, censor, I'm off the chain like Caleb Brown. Mother lover, censor. Shut the heck up when I'm talking, censor. Little witch, censor. I'm sorry, wait. What's your talent? Oh, critiquing. My talent. Oh, witch, censor. I don't know who the freak y'all are, censor. To give a subpar bar or even have an opinion or view. You mention me. Millions of views, attention and news. I mention you, lose for me, win for you. Billions of views. Your 10 cents are to skim through the music to give crap reviews, censor. To get clicks, but which, censor. You just lit the fuse. Don't get misconstrued. Business as us. Crap listed, censor, renewed. So get crap to do, censor. Or get dissed because I just don't get what the freak have the crap is that you're listening to. Do you have any idea how much I hate this choppy flow? Everyone copies though. Probably no. Get this freaking audio out my adios. Out of my audio, adios. I can see why people like Lil Yachty, but not me though. Not even dissing. It just ain't for me. All I am simply is just an MC. Maybe Stan just isn't your cup of tea. Get it? Maybe your cup's full of syrup and lean. Okay, clever. Maybe I need to stir up crap. Preferably shake the world up if it were up to me. Paul wants me to chill. Y'all want me to ill. I should eat a pill. Probably I will. Old me, kill the new me. Watch him bleed to death. I breathe on the mirror. I don't see my breath. Possibly I'm dead. I must be possessed. Like an evil spell, I'm EVIL, evil spelled. Jam a crest, white strip in the tip of my member. Or tip of my penis. With an ice pick, stick it in a vice grip, hang it on a spike fence, bang it with a pipe wrench, while I take my ball sack and flick it like a light switch, like Vice President Mike Pence. Back up all my crap in a sidekick as I lay it on a spike strip. These are the things that I'd rather do than hear you on the mic. Wow, ouch. Since 9/10 of your rhyme is about ice and Jesus Christ, man, how many times is someone gonna screw on my witch, screw on my side chick? You know those are all censors, right? You won't ever see M-icy, but as cold as I get on the MIC, I polarize crap so the thames might freeze, and your skull might split like I passed you upside it. Which I got the club on smash like a nightstick. Yeah, turn down for what? I ain't loud enough. Nah, turn the volume up, because I don't know how I'm going to get your mouths to shut. Now, when it doesn't matter what caliber I spit at, I'll bet $100,000 you'll turn around and just be like, man, how the heck Sourpuss's going to get mad just because his album sucks. And now he wants to take it out on us. Ooh. But last week, an ex-fan mailed me a copy of the Matters LP to tell me to study. It'll help me get back to myself, and she'll love me. Ooh, I mailed the witch back and said if I did that, I'd just be like everyone else in the freaking industry, especially an effing recovery clone of me. In effing. So Finger Bang, Chicken Wang, MGK, Iggy Azalea, Lil Pump, Lil Xan, imitate Lil Wayne. I should aim it at everybody in the game. Pick a name. I'm fed up with being humble. And rumor is I'm hungry. I'm sure you heard I'm sure you heard bumblings. I heard you want to rumble like an empty stomach. I heard you're mumbling, but it's just jumbled and mumbo jumbo. The era that I'm from will pummel you. That's what it's coming to. What the freak you're going to do when you run into it. I'm going to crumble you. I'll take a number 2 and dump on you. If you ain't Joyner, if you ain't Kendrick or Cole or Sean, then you're a goner. I'm about to bring it to anyone in this witch who want it. I guess when you walk into BK, you expect a Whopper. You can order a quarter pounder when you go to McDonald's. But if you're looking to get a porterhouse, you better go to Revival. but y'all are acting like I tried to serve you up a slider. Maybe the vocal should have been auto-tuned and you would have bought it. But saying I no longer got it because you missed a line and never caught it, because it went over your head because you're too stupid to get it, because you're mentally retarded but pretend to be the smartest with your expertise and knowledge, but you'll never be an artist, and I'm harder on myself than you could ever be regardless. What I'll never be is flawless. All I'll ever be is honest. Even when I'm gone, they're going to say I brought it. Even when I hit my 40s like a freaking alcoholic with a bottle full of malt liquor, but I couldn't bottle this crap any longer. The fact that I know that I'm going to hit my bottom, if I don't pull myself from the jaws of defeat and rise to my feet, I don't see why y'all even started with me. I get in beast, my enemies die. I don't cease fire until at least all are deceased. I'm east side, never been caught slipping. Now you see why I don't sleep. Not even a wink. I don't blink. I don't doze off. I don't even nod to the beats. I don't even close my freaking eyes when I sneeze. Oh man, that ET Cypher was weak. It was garbage. The thing ain't even orange. Oh my God, that's a reach. Shout out to all my colorblind people. Each and every one of y'all, if you call a fire engine green, aquamarine, or you think water is pink, dog, that's a date. Looks like an olive to me. Look, there's an apple. No, it's not. It's a peach. So finger bang, Pootie Tang, Burger King, Gucci Gang, Dookie Dang. Charlamagne gonna hate anyway. It doesn't matter what I say. Give me a donkey of the day. What a way for 2018 to get underway. But I'm going to say everything I want to say. Welcome to the slaughterhouse, witch. Yeah, invite him like on a one a day. I'm not done preach. Because I feel like the beast of burden, that line in the sand, was it even worth it? Because the way I see people's turnings, making it seem worthless, it's starting to defeat the purpose. I'm watching my fan base shrink to thirds, and I was just trying to do the right thing, but word, has the court of public opinion reached a verdict? Wow, this is long, even for me. Or still yet to be determined, because I'm determined to be me. Critique the worship, but if I could go back, I'd at least reword it and say I empathize with the people of this evil serpent, sold the dream to that he's deserted. But I think it's working. These verses are making him a wee bit nervous, and he's too scared to answer me with words, because he knows that he will lyrically get murdered. But I know at least he's heard it, because Agent Orange just sent the Secret Service to meet in person to see if I really think of hurting him, or ask if I'm linked to terrorists. I said only when it comes to ink and lyricist. But my beef is more media journalist. Hold up. I said my beef is more meaty, a journalist. Can't get a mouthful of flesh. And yes, I mean eating a penis, because they've been panning my albums to death. So I've been giving the media fingers. Don't want to turn this to a counseling sesh, but they've been putting me through the ringer. So I ain't ironing crap out with the press, but I just took this beat to the cleaners. And that was the ringer. And man, and reading it put me through the ringer. So I want to talk about Eminem for a second before we continue with the review. So a lot of people will say that he's this amazing lyricist. And I do think that he is quite the wordsmith. But, reading that track, The Ringer, it's just like, I just feel like you just spend way too much time swearing in your song. And it's just unnecessary. It's just like, all the times I had to censor was ridiculous, and it's a long song, and I feel like you could have cut that in half to get your point across, and I don't know why you didn't. So, and now to the next track, Greatest. This track starts off with Eminem rhyming with a synthesizer playing, the 2799 atmosphere sound effect. The rhythm sounds like it's been inverted. Traditional trap bass and drums to follow. Eminem speeds up his rhyme scheme on this track. The inverted 9-line atmosphere sound effect becomes the anchor for the song. There is a rhythm rock guitar in the distant background that is playing two chords in sync with the drums and the inverted synthesizer rhythm. This song is about Eminem letting you know that he is the greatest MC of all time. So any MC worth their salt think they're the best. That's just par of the course. He's no exception. I do like the song. It's one of my favorite songs because he kills it. And I forgot how fast he can rhyme. I mean, and everybody can't rhyme fast, and especially where you can understand them. So I don't know how he does it or did it, but he does kill with that. So I have to give him his props with that. This song, he criticizes artists who brag about how much they have achieved when they have oversaturated the hip hop scene with their amount of output. The only problem is that he spends too much time dissing people. When you know that you're great, there's really no need. This track does not remind you. I mean, this track does remind you of how amazing Eminem's flow actually is. I mean, he's definitely in my top 20. So that's another thing too. Like, well, I'll talk about that at the end of this review, Eminem. I'll talk about that. Okay. So let's go into the lyrics of this, and yeah. So here we go. Mother lovers, since we're talking crazy, yeah, saying I should quit. I freaking tell them, make me witch. Eat a freaking member. Oh man, yeah, eat a freaking penis. Yes, yeah. I'm feeling like the greatest. Woo on the beat. Whoever did it. Mike Will, the one who made it, is shady on the lyrics. I'm somewhat outlandish, they say. You say we're cut from the same cloth, but I guess you fabricate, or A. You better bring more men than the Latter-day Saints. Manic States, Stephen Paddock with automatic state sprain. At anything that may stand in the way. At anything that may stand in their way. As I stand at the bay window with a hand grenade. At a tray aid at the Mandalay Bay. Common sense, I'm $1 short and a day late. James Holmes at the Saturday Batman matinee. Must have missed my CAT scan that day. Yay. I just threw a Tampax a Dre. Trash can, Tascam, and ashtray. I'm turning back to madman. Can't take anymore, but I tried to get away from the anger and rage. My basal ganglias and A to the K. Get your ass sprayed like bidettes. Breaking your legs 8 different ways. Aim for the waist. You chumps don't even know how to do something. To give goosebumps a day when you say that something you wrote gave someone a lump in their throat. If you had them choked up, you'd be yanking my chain. Feeling like I'm headed for a padded cell. The bar for me, what I rap isn't fair, but guess that's the standard I'm held to. But if something like that doesn't tell you, you set a mark too high when platinum sales are looked at as failures. Yeah, then you better take it back to the shelter and hamburger helper, 'cause damn it, I'm still the greatest in the world, greatest in the world, greatest in the world. No lie, I might be the best to ever do it, the best to ever do it, the best to ever do it. I feel like the greatest. Woke up to he says, woke up to honkies sounding like me. This is what he said. Never be as good, never be as good. Packing up wife beaters, white t-shirts, white, but I'm the greatest. Okay. So there that is. Then he says, so you sold 10 million albums, What? Only problem is you put out 10 million albums, Ha ha. Wait, what was I just about to say? Oh yeah, let me get this out of the way. I know there's people that are pissed about the way I mispronounced the name, die and word. Freak censor. I still can't say this crap, but how quickly they forget who the freak I was now. Ninja tried to duck my slugs to let your girl get freaked by mugs. I like to give out a shout to Cypress. Woo, this can't be real. You dissed me, and I was trying to give you a shout. Now get the freak out my rhyme book. No more shiners. Already too much time token rappers. I hear you talking crap. Where did I leave up? Are you talking crap? I lost it. Let me see. Oh, yeah. I'm just too big to respond to it. God forbid I forget. Go and jump out the window. Somebody better child-proof it. Because if I lose it, we can rewind to some old Ja Rule crap. And I can remind mother lovers how I do crap. You don't got the tools. I got my toolkit. I bull crap you not. Y'all fools just forgot that I'm so freaking awful with the thoughts. And when I'm hostile and impossible to stop. So you can call it a nostril, call it snot. I'll never let up on the pedal. Might as well get that mop. Because I'm wiping up everyone in this genre. Because I'm on the mic. I feel like I'm the, greatest in the world. Oh, yeah. And then one more thing I want to mention. What is your one dimension? I'm a monkey wrench and I can flunk detention. I love contention. So welcome to the gun conversation. Muscles flexing. Got to strut like a front suspension. And you just stuck the key up in the ignition and gave me enough gas to flood my engine. Yeah. Psychopath Michael Jackson blowing up like a raft. I should slap Vlad with the ISIS flag. Bet you I come back twice as bad. Revival didn't go viral. Denon and Royce tell me that I should take the high road. Screw that. I'm finna hit back till I run out of gunpowder and split the scene. Hold the mic similar to pistol. Squeeze. So, that's enough of that. It's a good song. And on that one, he's not so overly worldly. I like it. I like that song. It's catchy. So, and then the last song I'm talking about from Eminem is called "Stepping Stone." This is one of my favorite songs too. When he gets, when he lets you in, he lets you in. So, "Stepping Stone" starts off with the radio dial switching until it lands on the actual music track. Eminem rhymes over a boom bap drums with trap sequencing in the background. There are keys that have a strings effect in the background. Eminem rhymes and sings the hook on the song. The boom bap drums mixed with trap sound sequencing navigate this song. There is no bass on this song. This song is about the death of D12's second original member, Proof. Yes, second, because the first member was Bugs, and they did write a song about him on the last album, D12. This song talks about how hard it was for the rest of D12, also known as the Dirty Dozen, to deal with his death. The song is also about Eminem having a strained relationship with his band of brothers, D12, aka the Dirty Dozen. He acknowledges that he wishes he could have handled things better with his bandmates and how it wasn't fair for everyone to put all the pressure on him to lead. He states that wasn't fair to him, and at the end of the song, Eminem states that D12 is over, but his friendship with the surviving members is not. He also stated that Proof's death was and will always be the breaking point for D12's breakup, the end of D12. So, and then the lyrics, "Take me to the river, yeah, 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 yeah. It's 2002. Everything was totally new. We were globally huge, watching sales go through the roof. We wrote and we feuded, Runyon Avenue soldiers included. A multitude of homies who would bounce for no good excuse. We were so bulletproof, wrote, souped, and soaked in our youth. Thought we was running crap till we lost the sole of our shoe. The death of duty broke us in two. The death of duty broke us in two. We were thrown for a loop. Ain't none of us know what to do. And at that time, I was going through my own struggles too. So I wasn't in no condition to be coaching us through. Everyone tried to go solo. Really, nobody blew. I was hoping they do, so I ain't have to show to the crew. The plan was to put everyone in position so that they knew how to stand on their own. And I don't want to open up wounds. I just knows that oomph was gone when we go in the booth. Because the truth is, the moment that Proof died, so did the group. If I could leave this all behind, is the pre-chorus, I could open up my eyes and walk in a straight line down to the river with you. Help me leave this all behind. Of course, I wash away my sins. I'ma rinse away this dirt. I forget to make amends to all the friends I may have hurt. I better stop and say my grace. From it, I pray that I don't fall. Because on the way back down, I may end up running back into the mall. I never meant to use you all as my stepping stones. Okay. It was never the same, and it's bothered me since. And the farther we drift apart, the more awkward it gets. The more time goes by, the more life happens, and we got to be men. We got responsibilities. Plus, we don't say how we feel, and I feel like this is what got us in the debacle we're in. Been with you guys thick and thin, but it's almost as if sometimes we're not even friends, which reminded me, Biz, in reference to Bizarre. Rockstar was the bomb. Y'all could have got you a hit without me on that crap. Censor. If you would have put D12 on it, I wish I could have did more than try talking you into coming up off it. I know it was my fault, but part of it, I know it wasn't my fault, but part of it probably is. I think of all of the trips to BET and the rappers I wish we would have politicked with. Maybe y'all could have clicked and got you some features, but that's water under the bridge. So, but I'm washing away my sins until my conscience is cleansed. If I could leave this all behind, I could open up my eyes and walk in a straight line down to the river with you. Help me leave this all behind. So that's the Eminem I like. The pure honesty, speaking from the heart, and just bearing his soul, and just talking about what happened, what's real. Not, I mean, it's just, I like all that. That sounds like a man of his age and what he's going. So let's talk about this. So let me wrap up this review. Let me go into it. Okay. Yeah, I wrote some long stuff on this. What I like about Eminem is his flawless delivery and his diction, his honesty about what he's going through in his life and what he thinks. What I don't like about Eminem is his blatant and predictable misogyny. It has become a cliche in regards to all of his albums. Picking on young rappers who could never be in his league, like Tyler, the Creator, and Earl Sweatshirt. These young men are probably influenced by him. His anger and rage have become a double-edged sword. On one hand, you can hear the fire that comes from his voice when he reminds you of where he came from and his undeniable love of hip-hop. But then he often gets caught up in a lyrical redundancy with his violent dreams and wishes towards women. In 2018, I wanted to hear Eminem do something very radical. I don't know, talk about a healthy, positive romantic relationship. Yeah. Rhyme about where he thinks the country is headed and where it should be headed. I do appreciate his commentary on mumble rap in 2018, most definitely. I wanted to hear him talk about what it's like being a single father raising his daughter. You never hear about that from rappers of today. Tupac and Biggie never got the chance to mature into their 40s and become even greater than they already are. Eminem has the chance to do what they couldn't do because he's still here. And that is not just for him. That's for all of the rappers his age. That's for all of them. But we're talking about him. But I don't want you to think I'm singling him out, because I feel that way about a lot of other rappers his age too. So I said, so he's still a hip hop artist in his 20s should think and live differently than when he's in his 40s. Give me that world, Eminem. How does it feel to be a new old school legend now? How does it feel to be a new old school legend? Now, don't get me wrong. Kamikaze by Eminem is some of his best work to me since the Eminem Show. Kamikaze shows that Eminem definitely still has something to say. I just feel like he's still only halfway there. I feel like there's other intriguing and cool things he could say that he's not saying. Maybe it's because he thinks his fans don't want to hear it. But the fans who love him, who have grown with him, they want to see his growth. They want to hear where he's at now. He's got fans his own age. Don't discount them. So, when you get to be, in that age group, there's, your life is different. You relate to things differently. You don't have the same views that you had. You have some of the same, but not all of them. So, and I also want to say too that there's this misconception. There is no one great MC of all time. There's too many great MCs. There is not one. You'll never get everyone to agree on one MC being the best. There's too many male and female MCs that are GOATs. And we get that phrase from LL Cool J, greatest of all time, off of his record. And he's one of them too. So I would say Eminem is in my top 20 or top 30 So I don't really have, I have a top 10, but that's not even fair either. And in that top 10 or top 20, those people can revolve. But he is a great. But I think this is a good album, but it could have been a great album. But it's a good album. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, I gave it a 7.5. My favorite tracks are The Ringer, Greatest, Lucky You featuring Joyner Lucas, and that's a cool video he's got for that. Paul, his skit with his manager. I missed those skits. I forgot about that. Normal, M Calls Paul. That skit was cool. Stepping Stone, Not Alike featuring Royce da 5'9", and Fall. So those are my favorite tracks on this record. I also want to say that, a lot of you know that Eminem rhymes and he does his own production on a lot of his records. And there are times where his production is perfect for his stuff, but I feel like I like to see him with other producers. I like to see him like with Pharrell. Maybe he's done that with, maybe he's worked with Pharrell in the past. I don't know. I like to see Danan from D12 produce some of his stuff. His production is very soulful. I like to see even more soulful side of Eminem. I like to see Eminem surprise us and put some really soulful Danan, Mr. Porter, aka Mr. Porter, or Dilla-esque or Pharrell type tracks. I want to see Eminem put a little bit more soul in some of his production. But no, this album is worth having. I'm glad I got it. So if you like Eminem, it is a return to form. I just say I think he still needs to modify his form, because he's still talking about some of the stuff he talked about 10, 15 years ago. And when you're an MC, you got to elevate. But yeah, 7.5 out of 10.
Gonna pop in here one last time to say thank you again for listening to the GSMC Music Podcast. Hope you enjoyed this remix of some previous episodes, and Keith will be back next week with more reviews. Looking forward to that. In the meantime, have a great rest of your week, have a great weekend, and listen to some great music. Thanks.
You've been listening to the Golden State Media Concepts Music Podcast, part of the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. You can find this show and others like it at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Download our podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and Google Play. Just type in GSMC to find all the shows from the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network, from movies to music, from sports to entertainment, and even weird news. You can also follow us on Twitter and on Facebook. Thank you, and we hope you have enjoyed today's program.